Hey everyone, what's up? It's me, your homegirl, Ladosha Wright, the author of Curly Hair Adventures and What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon. And today I'm going to kick the ballistics about deep conditioners and treatments. So as a cosmetologist, that is one of those services and products that people want to know a lot about. So I'm going to break it down to you scientific style. Y'all ready? Okay, first thing I want you guys to do is before you go online or run to the pharmacy to buy your deep conditioners, I want you to do a few things. So I have my notes to make sure that I stay on task. So number one, I want you to read and do some research. That's right. Don't just look at videos and look at hair. I want you to actually look up the company. And then I want you to go onto their website and I want you to see what it is that they're offering with their product, their philosophy, so on and so forth, and their ingredients. So there's your research. Number two, I want you to shop accordingly. So don't spend all your money into one spot. Be sure to maybe buy some travel size if they sell them. That way you won't be stuck with 8 ounces of something that you can't buy. Now this is during a pandemic. So during pandemics, companies may not be offering refunds because the virus is highly contagious and known to live on surfaces. So lower your expectations on your online purchases, okay? Number three, make sure you read the directions, which leads me into number four, no cookie cutting. So the directions that's on this brand will not be the same directions that's on this brand. So all companies have their own science. They have their own meanings behind how their product works onto the various heads of hair, okay? So now, the next thing I want you guys to do is to shop according to your hair texture and hair type. So that means if you have coily, I have some pictures. If you have coily hair, if you have curly hair, or if you have wavy hair, or if you have straight hair, you're going to buy your product according to your texture, not the color of your skin. All right, so now that we have that out the way, now I want you to understand what is it that actually makes a conditioner deep as opposed to a regular conditioner or instant conditioner or leave-in conditioner that supposedly is fluff. As a matter of fact, that's probably one of the biggest concerns and complaints about a hair salon. Sometimes we get a visceral response when we recommend a treatment. So they might say, oh, it costs too much, or oh, I don't need that. So what we do at the Reverence Design Team to circumvent that is we always explain how treatments and conditioners work on your hair. As a matter of fact, we tell them how everything works on the hair. So here it goes. How does deep conditioners differ from regular conditioners? How do treatments differ from regular conditioners and instant leave-in conditioners? So here's what they don't tell you at the hair salon. Voila! So here's how it works. That your hair would be like a positive charge, okay? And the conditioner, the actual, product is going to be a negative charge. So the positive charge on the hair is going to respond to the ingredient. So any cuticle layer that begins to come off, the negative charge will replace what sloughs off, okay? Now, these cuticle layers are compromised when we comb, brush, color, relax, twist, lock, sleep on it, pull it, braid it, twist it, roller set it. Anything you're doing to the hair that causes friction, more than likely you're going to remove some of these cuticle protein layers. So your treatments have a negative charge that's going to go and replace and stick a little bit longer. Now, if more of these cuticles come off, then that charge is going to be more amplified and it's going to go deeper and go into the cortex where the texture and the color of your hair is. So, with that being said, it's very, very important. You must understand that not all heads of hair are in need of a treatment. So, I'm sure the question now you want to know is, all right, smarty pants, then how am I supposed to know if I need a treatment or not? Damaged hair has characteristics that healthy hair do not have. For example, damaged hair has a tendency to have a brittle, crumbly feel to it. That's one. You also might see a lot of fallout onto your clothes. That's two. It may also be difficult to comb. So now, provided you're using the right comb, it's going to work out. So remember, hair care and hairstyling are about using the right products, the right tools, and the right techniques. So make sure you have those three in your favor. If you do, and you continue to see hair come out and your hair is difficult to manage, you are a good candidate for a treatment. Now, just because you have chemically altered hair, such as color treated, relaxed, or curly perm, it does not necessarily mean that those fibers or the outer layer is compromised. However, it is not uncommon for licensed professionals to use treatments as fillers. That's right. We often use treatments as fillers to go in and protect the hair before we put the chemical on top, because again, when we are altering the hair, we are going to go to that second layer, which is your cortex. That's your second protein layer, and that's where your hair curls, and that's where the color of your hair is. So during chemical services, it is not uncommon for us to upcharge you for that treatment to add a bonus protection to the outer cuticle protein layer to also protect the second protein layer called the cortex. So there you have it. That's the science of how these deep conditioners and treatments work. It also justifies and explains why there's a cost associated with it. The cost associated with the product is based on the brand, the quality of ingredients, the longevity that the company has had in the beauty industry, and of course, the stylist preference. So go with what your stylist or your barber recommends, or your lactician. So that's very important. So now, how do the conditioners actually work on the textures of hair? So I brought some more pictures. So here's a visual here. So if you have straight hair, and let's say that outer layer is compromised, when you put the treatment on it, remember the treatment is only going to go to the parts of the outer cuticle layer that's coming off. If the straight hair has more damage, it's going to go into the second layer, correct? And it's going to fortify and restructure. So there's your fortifying and restructuring treatments. So if the treatment is going to go to the second layer, it is going to restructure and revitalize or refortify. If the conditioner is just going to correct the outer layer, it's going to coat and protect. So let's pick another texture. If you have wavy hair, those negative charge molecules are going to go to the parts of the texture hair that are more susceptible to break, and it's going to leave a negative charge to reduce your wavy hair from breaking. The same thing is also going to happen if you have coily hair. So everywhere that strand of hair has a propensity to snap, the negative charge molecules that's in your treatment is going to coat and protect against the styling, okay, or your hat. So this is during a time, the pandemic, where we have a lot of essential workers, it's the new term now, such as your doctors and nurses, and they're wearing all the PPE equipment on their hair. That hair more than likely will be damaged or compromised. So those people will most certainly benefit from a deep conditioner or a treatment. Why? Because again, the ingredients is going to protect the outer layer. If you have been wearing that PPE equipment and you're getting a lot of aggressive friction on it, remember the negative charge will go deeper into the second cortex layer where your curl is formed and your color, whether it's your artificial color or natural color. That treatment will go into that second layer and it's going to revitalize the color and it's going to revitalize your texture, and you will see the hair, quote unquote, come back to life. Booyah, time to give it to you. Now let's go with coily hair. Coily hair is the most confusing one for a lot of licensed professionals and regular everyday folk, okay? Because coily hair has all these little springs and twists and turns, which means this fiber is actually more finer. But because coily hair has a tendency to have so many fibers coming together, the optical illusion and the feel on the texture will make the person think that the hair is actually stronger when in fact the hair is not. So on this particular texture, again, the negative charge from the deep conditioner or treatment is going to protect the outer layer. If that coily hair is more compromised, it's going to go in and go to the second layer where the coil is formed and the color, and then you will see the benefits of the treatment. Now, if you use this on your hair too much, you know what's going to happen? You will begin to lose the texture. Your texture will now become straight here, wavy some, you know. So you'll start to see your texture just come apart, because what's happening is the negative charge is going to start to loosen up and it's going farther into the second layer where the coil, the wave, the curl is now starting to lose the molecules, the bonds, and that texture will start to straighten out. So that explains why you see straight, curly, and those different strands of hair. It's because either one, you're using your treatment too much, or two, the hair was already compromised and perhaps the treatment hasn't began to work yet, or you may just in fact be using the wrong treatment. So make sure when you use a treatment, only use it per the manufacturer's instructions. So a lot of people complain that 8 ounces of a treatment roughly retails from a minimum of $8 to maybe $100 and above. And so here's what they don't tell you at the hair salon. The chemicals that are in the treatments are formulated to do something different. Every company has their own bells and whistles. Every company has their own branding and advertising promotional campaigns to get you, the consumer, to understand exactly what's making their brand so unique and special. So versus going to watch videos and looking at, pictures to see how their product works, it's best that you actually read up on the history of the company. Also, follow images of their real life customers that don't have touched up photos, okay? So there you have it. That's the simple science behind conditioners, treatments, and reconstructors. The science is they don't go deep. No, deep conditioners don't go deep. What they do is they use a highly negative charged molecule to fortify, protect, and restructure all different textures of hair. That's what they don't tell you at the hair salon. Thank you, and look for me on all the social media platforms. Bye. Oh, peace, love, and hair. And if you ain't got no hair, then do what? Rub your beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bald head. Bye. I love you.